Hello everyone, this is Scott Lowe with IGN.com, and we are taking a look at Call of Duty Ghosts perk system. This is a new addition to Call of Duty Ghosts. It's kind of a hybrid pick-10 system, and it draws from previous iterations of the game. So without further ado, let's just go straight into it. So perks are broken down into each of these different categories. You got speed, handling, stealth, awareness, resistance, equipment, and elite. And each one influences not only how your character moves and how it acts in the environment, but also different things with your weapons. So you can add an additional attachment, additional tactical equipment if you'd like. So first up, we've got Ready Up, which is weapons are ready faster after sprinting. So you can, when you're running, all of a sudden you can just pull up your gun a lot faster. Sleight of hand should be familiar for most people. This is faster reloading. You've got Agility, which is this overall speed increase. Marathon, which is unlimited sprint, and then Stalker, which is just generally moving faster as you're aiming, because when you're aiming down the sights, typically you move a little bit slower. On the handling side, you've got Strong Arm, which allows you to throw equipment farther, and it also decreases the cook time of grenades. You've got On the Go, reload while you're sprinting, which is otherwise impossible. When you're sprinting, you have to stop, come back to a more leisurely run in order to reload your gun. And then Reflex, which allows you to swap your weapons a bit faster. Steady Aim for increased hip fire. Quick Draw for faster aiming. And then the entire stealth class is kind of interesting. It could be kind of critical for people who like to flank and use suppressors. So you got Takedown. So what happens in multiplayer, if you're not familiar with Call of Duty, when you shoot someone, a little skull icon will come up, and their team will know where their teammate died, so they can go investigate. So this actually eliminates that. So when you kill someone, no one can really know where he or she went down. Blind Eye allows you to kind of hide from air support, like a Hind helicopter or any kind of sentry, so like a turret or anything like that. Dead Silence, on their hand, this is kind of a long staple of the franchise. This allows you to move quietly instead of like the loud kind of thump of your feet as you go on. For people who use headsets or surround sound systems, this can be really critical, so it'll mask your footstep. Incog is basically making you resistant to thermal scopes and tracker sights, things that indicate where you are without really trying, when you're just aiming down the sights, if you have one of those scopes attached. So that one's pretty useful. Off the Grid makes you undetectable by SATCOMs, which are either line of sight SATCOMs or like wave radar SATCOMs, which you can go into greater detail with if you check out some of our commentary videos on IGN. And then Awareness allows you to better understand kind of the environment around you and other players that may be nearby. So whenever an enemy is tagged with an explosive, like if he gets hit or injured in any way, they'll show up through barriers, which is kind of interesting with recon attached. Scavenger allows you to pick up more ammo from downed players. Sitrep, you detect enemy explosives and tactical equipment like SATCOMs and sentries and whatnot. You can see it from afar. Amplify actually makes footsteps louder. So if you are one of those people who uses a surround sound headset or a surround sound system, you can really have a firm grasp on where people are. Finally, Wiretap allows you to basically take over a SATCOM and see what the enemy is seeing and also get a sense of the other team's position. Resistance, you take no damage from falling. Again, this is a pretty common perk for the franchise. ICU makes you regenerate health faster. Focus, reduced weapon sway when you're aiming down the sights, and when you get hit, you don't incur as much of a kind of blood effect or any sort of like vision distorting effect. Tac Resist basically makes you less susceptible to the stun effects and EMP effects of other tactical attachments and grenades. Blast Shield increase your resistance to explosive damage. And then moving into the equipment category, you get this is where you can really kind of max out your class. So you can have an additional grenade, additional flashbang. Then you've got extra lethal over here. You've got fully loaded, so you can come with the maximum amount of ammo. So this can be paired with the scavenger class if you like to spray a lot of bullets. Extra attachment allows you to add a third attachment, so that includes like silencers or muzzle attachments or scopes, whatever, to your primary weapon. Danger Close allows you to basically get more damage on the enemy with your explosives. And then the Elite class is kind of interesting. Like, it's kind of a free-for-all kind of fun class. So you've got this Gambler perk, which allows you to spawn with like just sort of a random perk at, just at completely random, so you don't really know what you're going to get, and it's kind of interesting. You've got Hardline, again, a really common perk for this for the franchise. It basically allows you to get kill streaks faster. Ping allows you to basically send out a ping so you can see where enemies are after you kill one. And then Overkill allows you to carry 2 primary weapons. And then finally, Deadeye basically allows you to rack up more damage as you get kills. So the important thing to remember here is that you see all these numbers associated with each of these. You start with a default of 8 points to spend, and so you can spend them however you want. You could get, you could go for more expensive perks and then strap on maybe a cheaper one. But then you can also increase the number that you want by taking off certain weapons. So if you take out your secondary weapon, or you take out your lethal or your tactical weapon, those will be added to your total number of perks that you can have. So yeah, this is just a short overview of the perk system and the loadout system. So for more Call of Duty Ghosts covered, head over to IGN.com.